Hey my lovelies, I hope you are all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do the witch's rune reveals for you. Now I'm going to do my videos a little bit different moving forward on Facebook, because what I've noticed is a lot of people put their comments in and say what they want to sort of, receive and everything else in terms of their number, but a lot of people are actually not watching the reveals. And it's a little bit silly me doing free readings each week if people are not actually seeing what the guidance is, what the message is, because otherwise it's a bit like, what's the point? So what I'm going to start doing with my videos moving forward on Facebook is exactly the same. You can obviously pick your number 1 to 3, but rather than having to sort of wait till, I normally put them out between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, but rather than waiting, I'm now going to put the link for the reveals straight up on the post. So if you can continue to just wait and watch it later on in the day like normal if you want to, but for those people that want it quick and instant and like now, you'll be able to go straight over and just see what the guidance is. Because yeah, I've had a lot of people say to me, oh, we do your card picks every week but we never see the reveals, and it's a bit like, what's the point? Because the whole point of me doing the free reads is for people that maybe aren't in a position to have a reading, or for people that just want to have a little bit of a top up knowing what's going on. And I just see it as a time to give back, really. Also for people that are a little bit nervous about readings, it's a good way to get an idea of my reading style. But yeah, I thought, the other thing you can do, of course, is you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then every time a video goes up, it will automatically communicate that and let you know. So that's another good way so you don't miss out. But let's see what the witches runes have in store for this week. So if you were drawn to rune number 1, we're going into the rune of romance. Rune of romance, maybe relationships, romantic connections are being highlighted at the moment. So if you're with a partner, there could be a need to maybe sort of really just stop and pause and celebrate that love, that sort of connection between you both. This comes up a lot if perhaps you guys have reached a milestone together. So maybe for some people there are anniversaries, celebrations. Maybe for some people there are engagements or celebrations. Could be hand fastings. I've been asked to do quite a few hand fastings coming in for next year, which I'm honoured about. And what's lovely is that they're both pagan, but I've got 2 which are non-pagan ones, so that's just literally a blessing hand fasting ceremony. So there's going to be amazing. So I'm really excited because I love doing those, and they've kind of died off a little bit, so it's really lovely that they're coming back in for next year. Obviously if you're interested in hand fastings, check out my website because all the details are on there, or drop me a message firsthand. Sometimes when the romance comes in as well, if maybe, say if a relationship has reached a point where it's become a little bit vulnerable or a little bit stagnant, maybe there's a need for connection. So it can sometimes show up if it's highlighting maybe there's a bit of vulnerability around a relationship. So it could be that if you're with a partner and it's all gone a little bit heavy, maybe there's a need to have a bit of connection time, a bit of a date night, just a sort of a communication, a touching base with each other and making sure you're both on the same page. And of course, rune of romance in the first instance is always about that self-love, that self-care. So as well as the people that we connect with, make sure you're giving yourself that beautiful self-love, that self-recognition, because how can you give the best to another person if we don't know what the best is from ourselves? So sometimes it's just pausing to make sure that you're actually giving yourself that self-care, that self-love. That beautiful heart has to come from you to you before it can be spilled out into the wider world. So maybe there's a bit of that going on with this as well. Now then, as we're moving into rune number 2, we're going into the rune of man. Rune of man is a time to really step up. It's a time to really stand in your truth, to stand in your power. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter so much. But rune of man is encouraging us to really sort of find our more dominant side. This is a little bit like the rune, a bit like the Alan Sugar of the witches runes, really. So it's a time to sort of really step up. It's usually about sort of success in business. Sometimes it's stepping up if we really need to communicate something. So maybe you felt quite vulnerable around communication, and maybe you're having to be a bit more dominant with your communication, Maybe you're going up against a physical man, so maybe there's some communication against somebody that is very masculine or just very dominant, and you've struggled to find your words. But it's like natural leadership. It's time to sort of lead from the front. It's time to step up and make, positive choices, positive decisions, whether it's in business, relationship, work, family, friends, wherever it shows up. Sometimes if you found that you've been in quite a heavy, dense space, this rune, I always feel of like the Yaz song, The Only Way Is Up. So when things are rock bottom and we can go no lower, it starts to pitch back up again, hence why we've got the arrow shape, so things don't stay flat and sort of horrible forever. So if it's just been a very vulnerable, heavy time, maybe you're going to start to come through something, but also it's encouraging you to find your power, to find your purpose, to lead from the front. So things aren't just going to happen because we're hoping they will. We sometimes have to act upon stuff. Sometimes we have to make, important choices, important decisions, and some people might not like our decisions, but as long as you know the reasons of why you're doing what you're doing, then this is about success, so it's actually stepping up and investing in yourself, even if other people don't always sort of value you or believe in you. So it is quite a business rune. This one comes in a lot as being a bit of a business rune, really, but it's not always business, but it's definitely a time to sort of actually step up and take back your power quite a bit here. And the final rune, we're going into the energies of the star. Star is about hopes, dreams, wishes, realizations of goals. Everything you want has the power to materialize. Everything you want has the power to come good. Wish upon a star, So it's time to go after your hopes, your dreams, even if other people don't understand them, or, even if you feel like it might be a bit of a pipe dream. If you want it enough, it's mind over matter, and it can absolutely happen. It can absolutely become. So absolutely give yourself permission to receive what your heart truly desires. Stars can't shine without darkness, so sometimes we have to go through the vulnerabilities, sometimes we have to go through the shadows, but within that is this place of real illumination, and we can sort of see purpose, we can find purpose if that's been missing. But this is a bit like a bucket list. It's almost like whatever your hopes, dreams, wishes, realizations of goals are, go after them, shine bright, because they're going to be really special, they're going to be really fabulous, and you can absolutely have them as long as you give yourself permission to have that experience. That experience will become. So it's exciting if you've been drawn to this rune. So I hope you can make a bit of sense of those. Going to leave them with you. What do I need to let you know about? A couple of cheeky shouts. So this Saturday, I'm at a brand new space. I'm over in Borg's Hideaway Cafe down in Pewsey, doing a sold out intimate night of mediumship. So thank you very much if you've secured a ticket to come and see me there. It's going to be very exciting. Sunday, I'm doing a sellout show, not a sellout show, sorry, a sellout workshop of my witches runes over in Carpe Noctem in Froome. So that's going to be great. A fabulous bunch of ladies that I'll be teaching. So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be awesome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now then, just to let you know, you guys are not going to like me for this, but talking about that rune of man, I'm having to put a business decision in place, which I've been umming and ahhing and thinking quite hard about. But I think the time is coming that I need to do, because I'm seeing a lot of people around me charging other prices, and I'm like, oh, okay. So just to give you guys a heads up, that could have been weird. I'm gonna like not pounce it upon you straight away. I'm gonna sort of like launch it from the 1st of October. So from the 1st of October, there's going to be a slight increase on my Zoom and online prices. So at the moment, I haven't done a price increase. I looked back when I last did one, and it was back on the 1st of September in 2024. And since 2024, we've had a lot of weird stuff happen in the economy and everything else. And for me to be able to comfortably continue my business in the way that I need to, and support, in the way that I need to, I am having to put prices up. And I've looked at my competitors, and a lot of people don't actually give as long. They don't allow for records. Lots of things you actually don't get with other people. So I've had to really weigh up options. So from the 1st of October, all my Zoom, Facebook, WhatsApp sessions, they're going to go up slightly in price. So currently for half an hour, it's currently 35. That's going to go up to 45. My online hour sessions currently are sitting at 60. They're going to go up to 70. And all my online voice recorded readings are going to stay the same apart from two. The 12-month guidance reading is going to go up. It's currently on at 45, it's going to go up to 50, and my full reading is currently on at 50, that's going to go up to 60. Everything else is going to stay the same. So I'm trying to be fair, I'm trying to be accommodating and everything else, but I am also aware that there's a lot of other people out there charging a lot more, and yeah, I just feel like I need to be a bit aware of that, really. So hopefully it won't be an issue, hopefully it won't be a problem. For the people that genuinely sort of value and support my work, you know, I don't think that there'll be any issues there. If for some people you don't want to sort of obviously pay those prices, then there are plenty of other fantastic readers out there, because as I've always said, I'm not necessarily the reader for everybody, but I have to keep my ethics real. And it's just a bit frustrating when I'm seeing other people charging certain prices and getting booked out, and then I'm sort of slaving away and working hard, and I do work bloody hard with Spirit, of course. Spirit run the show, absolutely, but you know, I do work hard, and I just feel a little bit like, okay, that now needs attention. And it's been highlighted in a few places by a few people. So pre-warning, like I say, you may not favour me for that, you may not like me for that, but that's where I'm at with it. For me to be able to keep doing this as a full-time business, you know. So going to leave it with you. I hope this week's messages make a little bit of sense. Keep shining bright, stay well, stay fabulous, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for all the love and support for people buying tickets for the upcoming shows. And yeah, I'll catch up very soon. Bye for now.